Welcome to part 20 of our multiplayer sea battle in Napoleon Total War. And today we feature a 2 versus 2 fight with myself here upwind with 448 gun heavy frigates. This is a small funds large unit westerly wind encounter, and downwind is port with an additional 448 gun heavy frigates, and we are staged out to the south. We always have a westerly wind, either a westerly or an easterly wind in these fights. So one of the opponents does not have to beat into the wind to get to the opponent and can retreat on a beam reach if necessary. Okay. And we start the fight here. Our opponents are the Spanish. They have one Trinidad 140 gun. 264 gun ship of the lines and a 74 gunner out front facing port. And the Trinidad fires a long manual shot. Doesn't look like it had much effect. And they're sailing downwind. The Spanish are sailing downwind. And it looks like they want to attempt to engage port first, and the fight starts in earnest. My frigates now are sailing downwind, attempting to encircle the Spanish. Incidentally, again, Port and myself fight under the Royal Portuguese ensign once again. Shot is from the Trinidad, fired out into the ocean. Okay, now the Trinidad comes about or swings around on a jibe. I don't know what he's going to do there. And he goes out with a 64. Meanwhile, another 64 and the 74 engages port, but they fall away also. It looks like they're going to jibe around to come in behind the Trinidad, and port now takes his frigates around, forcing them downwind. Now I turn my frigates now are online. I split my force, which is very unusual for myself to do that. But I did that to see if I can confuse the Trinidad, which it looks like the Trinidad has basically stopped. He's hove to, firing on me. Meanwhile, I've separated the 64, Spanish 64, with my two frigates. I'm going to try to encircle him, basically cut him out of the fleet and take him on piecemeal. And I have one frigate over with ports frigates, maintaining the upwind line. Trinidad, you fire, boy. Okay. Port now bringing one of his vessels around to get in to take the stern of the 74. I think the Spanish are a little confused now on what to do. They should be doing now is falling off downwind and reconstituting their force, not sit there and fight it out with those heavy frigates. Non-stop firing, broadsides everywhere. It looks like mostly round shot at this point. We haven't closed enough to the Trinidad. Use chain shot. Now I have three of my frigates now around in a semicircle around the Trinidad. Port's maintaining the line, firing on the other two vessels, the 64, the 74, and the Trinidad. The Spanish 64 that I was chasing downwind now has come about into the wind and is trying to come back into the fleet to assist. I'm bringing my heavy frigate back in also. As you notice, we've still maintained the upwind line. Now we're forming our line again, not allowing the Spanish to come upwind. The only thing they can do is fall off. Oh, that was a big broadside from the Trinidad. Well, something's got to give here. Everybody looks like they're in fairly good shape. Taking a lot of hits. The firing continues. There's no lull in the action now. Trinidad is injured now. Still has quite a few cannon. He's keeping me at bay, that's for sure. But he's fire bell is ringing. He is on fire down below somewhere, and he's injured. He's not in good shape now. Now he's turning into my frigates. Not a very good. And they want to call it. Looks like one of the, I think one of the 64 Spaniards has now surrendered, which leaves the 74, the 64, and the Trinidad, who now has turned into my frigates. I'm able to just trying to surround him. He's all alone now. The Trinidad's been isolated from the rest of the fleet. Was not a good idea. And he's red flagged. I don't think he can last much longer. Meanwhile, Port, who has taken out one of the Spanish 64s, now fights it out with this remaining 64 and the 74 out to the north, or out to the south. And I'm completely surrounded. The Trinidad, who is now in retreat mode, he's just about done. Will surrender probably at any moment. I'm going to continue firing on him.
Admiral has fallen, sir. Now
we kill his commander on the deck of the Trinidad. So that leaves us the 74 and the 64. The 64 out here is dueling with one of Port's frigates. They're going around each other, firing. The 64 falls off, red flagged. Meanwhile, one of Port's frigates now is on fire. It's been set alight by the 74, but the 74 now has just surrendered under the onslaught of my frigates coming in to assist Port. So that leaves just one ship left, and that's this 64. So it looks like it's just about over. He's now falling off downwind. And I have my frigates now that are going to try to cut him off. Port tries to repair. He's got the fire out on his frigate. Now he comes about with his ships, maintain the chase, but I've caught up now and cut off the retreat of the 64 Spaniard. And it doesn't look like he's going to last much longer. It's just about over now. Now he should fall off to the south on a beam reach, but he's going to maintain his course and speed, and that's it. And he retreats, surrenders, and the battle is over. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Valeo. Ciao.